Hi, my name is Charles from IHMG Creations. Thank you for purchasing the resource, Sunny Learns Budgeting Basics. This is a resource that I developed to help students learn about the basics of creating a budget. And it's based on the book, Saving Like a Sloth. And it's a really cool children's book. And so I encourage you to utilize this book and this resource with your students. When you download the PDF file, you will go to page 3. And this is where you're going to find some really important links. The first is this link to make a Google Slides presentation copy. Once you click that, you'll be asked to make a copy of the Google Slides presentation. Now, once you make that copy, it is yours. This is where you can change things, you can edit things, you can rearrange things. And what I'm going to show you here is how to isolate slides in case you don't want to use the whole presentation with your students. So if you were just wanted to use some slides but not others, all the slides, if you wanted to break this into the course of a few days, you can definitely do that. So that's what this tutorial is going to show you how to do. So once you download this, then you can change things. So in particular, this is where the lesson begins. So the first few slides are reading comprehension questions. And anytime there is a blue shaded in area, that's where students are going to type in their responses. So I have a separate video tutorial for students that kind of directs them how to do this. So there's reading comprehension. There's the elements of a story map. Then there are some calculation math questions. Then there is a couple word story problems. And then finally, there is a budget activity. And this is kind of the final activity that students can do to bring in that personal financial literacy piece. So this is, you can use this for language arts, you can use this for math, but most importantly, you can use this as part of your personal financial literacy instruction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to isolate different slides. So let's say that you wanted to just focus on the reading comprehension portion. So what you would do is you would highlight the slides that you wanted to share with your students. To do that, you push the control, keep that held down. Let's say you wanted to do just those slides first. Then you would go to File, Make a Copy, Selected Slides. Then you could call that Budget Basics ELA. You would push OK. Then it's going to make a separate document with just those slides in there. Now, because this is a Google resource, you could then use Google Classroom or whatever online platform you're using so you can share this with your students. So there you can see that it just isolated those slides. You could do that with the math portion. You can also do that with the budget resource as well. So I wanted to also talk to you a little bit about the budget resource. So this is a kind of a resource that you could utilize with some upper elementary students or even middle school students. And the basic idea is how students understand what a budget is. Now, in the book that this product is based off of, the parents teach their child how to create a budget who wants a new pair of skis. So there's some words that they will fill in here. Now you can do this as a class, you can do this in small groups, or you can do it individually. So basically, a budget is a plan showing how you manage your money or your financial resources. So this is just an introduction where they kind of share some thoughts about making a budget. Then there's some different phases. So the first phase is determining income. So what they do is there's a link here that they look at 5 different income options. And here you can introduce gross income, net income, as well as taking some money away for deductions. So that's a good opportunity to explain that the money you start with that your employer says they're going to pay you and the money you get on your paycheck are 2 different numbers. So you can explain taxes, health insurance, different types of deductions for their retirement, things like that. In phase 2, they estimate their expenses. So this is just a good opportunity to brainstorm with your students. What are different categories that they spend money or their parents spend on every month? So they list the expense here, and they estimate how much they think that would cost them per month. And it's really fascinating to see what kids think different things cost. And then the third phase, this is where you talk about your cost of living. And I know that across the country, costs of living can continue to go up. I know where I live in the Denver metro area, costs continue to skyrocket. So there's a couple different resources here, a couple different links that they can use to actually figure out how much does it cost to live in their city or a city near you, the big city near you. So they list out, you figure out your average monthly cost of living here. Then you get into creating your budget. And this is where you get to really analyze what the kids want to do and where they want to live. Is there enough money to cover those expenses? So it's just kind of a good look at planning for the future. Then there is a budget reflection, and then a couple bonus things down there. There's also a answer key down here, and there's a chance for you to make your own budget with them. So if you have any questions, please feel free to email me. My contact information is in the PDF file. The PDF file is the same content. It is just you would print it out and share that with your students. Once again, thank you for utilizing this resource, and thank you for supporting my store. I look forward to hearing from you if you have any questions, comments, or ideas on how to make this product better. Thank you, and good luck this school year.